Hey everyone, my name is TJ Stevens, also known as DJ TJ, and also known as your president this past year for esports at UGA. So I wanted to make this video to kind of go over what the club has done this semester. I don't really have a script for this video. I kind of just wanted it to be real casual, and I really just want to take the chance to talk about how much the club has done and some specific members and stuff like that. Um, so in summary, this semester was a fun one. It was a lot of work. I definitely didn't know what to expect coming into this. As many of you know, I am just a freshman. It's my first semester here at UGA. Today is December 13th. Tomorrow's my last day of finals, so I've pretty much done my full first semester as a student here at UGA, and it has been an absolute blast. I took over as president of the club over the summer. So that would have been probably June or July. And since then, I've gotten to build my whole officer team um, of some really, really cool people. Um, and that was the first thing that I got to do. And kind of that was the first reality check I think I had coming into this whole thing. Um, was just that just kind of building a team and talking to people who are 3, 4 years older than me, and them call me boss. It's a little weird, um, but I the respect that I was given off the jump, I want to start by thanking everyone for that. As a freshman, I was never expecting to even get the president job in the first place. So for me to not only get it, but to have the amount of respect that I have been given by the club members, I am forever grateful for what not only my officers, but what the club has done as well. And even some of those members outside of the club, and even some of our industry contacts, have given me a lot of respect. So that's one of the coolest things that I first noticed. So then, moving on, going on through the semester. So getting into August, put my officer team together, and we actually added some new teams this year. The PR team was a thing in the past, but at the same time, it wasn't as comprehensive. I feel like the PR team used to be one lead, and now we have three leads, with one of them actually being a leadership member as well. So that was a really cool addition, and my favorite addition this year was 1000% the stream team. That was something that when I first came in uh, as president, I didn't feel like that we got a lot of representation on our Twitches, on our Twitch. So we put together a stream team, and it's a huge team. Uh, we got about two streamers per game, I think, and we got about I think, well, in terms of major titles, we got about 7. So that's a stream team of 14, and then including graphics and extra streamers, about 20. So for 20 new people to come into the officer team and to put as much work as they did to see our Twitch rise in numbers, um, I mean, that was incredible. So to all my stream team members, I am extremely proud of what y'all have done. We have never had a set line of graphics to use for streams, but hey, we got a layout now. Courtesy to also Cooper from the Georgia Esports League. I want to shout out him as well for helping get us those graphics and showing my teammates how to use them and whatnot. Extremely, extremely grateful for what he's done for us. Um, but yeah, so August stream team done. Uh, Everything was pretty much rolling. We got into October, and that was when our game coordinators were about doing their tryouts. And looking back, we had a lot of new people come into the game coordinator position. Um, I think the only games that we had like senior positions were Overwatch with Tom and Rocket League with Hannah. And I also want to give a huge shout out to them too as well because of their dedication to the club prior to me coming in here and their continued work throughout the semester. You guys did a really good job this year. Um, but yeah, so for all the other games we had, Smash, Valorant, just to name a few of our biggest communities, obviously, but we had so much more. Um, but all of my game coordinators, y'all did a stunning job. I really, really wanted the club to be competitive, and I wanted the club to make its claim at the national scale. And not only did we do that, but we won a national championship. I mean, that is that is insane. I can't even begin to describe what it feels like to be the leader of a club that has made its claim as national champions in my first semester in the role. That is insane. And of course, if you don't know who I'm talking about, guys, that is the Rainbow Six team led by Juan. And I am extremely grateful for what Juan has done. He's been here as well. He's been the coordinator before, I believe. But what he did this year with, I believe, two freshmen joining the roster, and for them to not only go all the way and then win a national championship, but they were also, I think, two maps away from winning a second national championship. So that's incredible, and that's just a small example of what my game coordinators have done. Um, but I'm gonna save the accomplishments for a second because I'm gonna get into that. Okay, so game coordinators, amazing. The events team, that was a team that I feel like we didn't get to do a lot because it's hard for us to do in-person events, especially coming out of COVID. Um, but we still we had our name pending Smash tournaments every Sunday. Those did really well. We even had one get on God, what's the platform called? If I had Jackson here, he would tell me. Um, it was the Smash like tournament page for top 50. Like, sorry, if you have 50 people or above, you get put on a website, and it basically puts your local on the map. So name pending got on the national map because we had over 50 members come to a name pending this year, which is the biggest name pending ever. So that was also amazing. So to the events team, and we also had a sponsored event with Stride Esports, and I heard a lot of good things about that. So to the events team, thank you. Y'all did also a great job, and I deeply appreciate it. Um, so let's see. Graphic wise, the graphic designers, I feel like that was a we had some people interested, and we had some really cool social graphics get made from them. But I'll be the first to admit, especially since this is my like semester wrap video, that it wasn't what I wanted it to be. I wanted some more dedicated designers. And we ended up kind of just some of those designers just moved to PR team and just designed with PR instead. So it worked out. But I do hope that in the future that's something we can work on. Um, but yeah, and then of course the only other officer team, other than leadership, obviously, which I'll get to y'all in a second. But PR team, absolutely insane what y'all have done. Uh, Last year, especially over COVID, there was almost nothing being posted on the socials. In fact, I don't even know if Adolfo had the login to the socials before. I'm not sure, but who knows? Either way, so y'all did a really good job. To Sam, to Emily, to Adolfo, especially with Adolfo and Sam, or sorry, especially with Sam and Emily being brand new members of the officer team. Y'all did an amazing job. And I am extremely happy that y'all managed to not only come onto the team and work with everyone else so well, but to work with Adolfo so well, especially so that you all could coordinate your post. And we really had some really great involvement this year, which I'll also describe later. Um, but yeah, so to y'all three, you guys took on a huge load this year, and I cannot thank you enough. And then, of course, to my leadership team, to Henry, to Lane, to oh my God, to Kai, and to Jackson, extremely grateful for what y'all have done this year as well. Y'all were basically my inner cabinet this year, and anytime I had any major questions or issues or concerns, especially as I was getting used to being president, y'all were extremely helpful, especially with me being just a freshman. It was a huge help, and y'all do so much work in this club, um, that honestly I think you guys need more credit for. Me being the figurehead, I feel like I get a lot of the credit for what the club does, but and this goes for all my officers as well. But with the amount of work that everyone put in this year, I think that esports at UGA is starting to become a bigger name in the scene. And that's what my dream was coming into this. I really wanted the club to leave an impact on the scene. I wanted the club to leave a mark. And I think that we've done a pretty good job so far. And segueing perfectly into that. So I have a list of the accomplishments that the club reached this year, and I'll read it off to you guys. So to start out, our OSU team, which is led by Kyle, at the start of the year, we had a one of our team members place 18th worldwide in a tournament, and that again, the national championship, that is amazing. But 18th in the world, that's also insane. And they also had a land tournament in Atlanta, and we got third place at that, and that was awesome. And even later this semester, they went to KSU's home turf for their Halloween OSU tournament, and we took first, second, and fourth. That's three of our members, first, second, and fourth at KSU's tournament. And no hate to KSU. I love Bird. I love what Ethan's doing over there, but it's good to see UGA on top. But continuing down, Rocket League had a few really cool lands this year. And of course, I know I'm on the Rocket League team. I know I'm captain of UGA Black. I know. But of course, I had to include what we did with this as well. We went to Contender Esports Atlanta. We placed third there. We went to Talladega for an NASCAR Invitational, placed third there. Made a lower bracket run. It was double elimination. We took a round one loss to Auburn. We went all the way through losers, beat Auburn in the losers semis, and then obviously lost in losers finals. But it was definitely one of the coolest things that I've been to. And then also, obviously, we had the Georgia Esports League, a brand new initiative this year. And we competed in that and placed third as well, only behind Georgia Tech and Bruton Parker. So it was Rocket League was a good year, and definitely credit to Hannah, and also shout out Kane, one of our other coordinators. Some of y'all might know him as Quayne in the Discord, but now that Hannah's graduating, Quayne will be taking over. And after what he did with Hannah this year, I'm really excited to see where Rocket League goes from here. But yeah, so Valorant. God, I could sit here and talk about our Valorant team for hours on end. I am so incredibly impressed with what the Valorant teams have done this year. Valorant went to, I believe, 4 lands, and they won all 4 of them. All 4 of them. UGA Black got invited to Auburn on their home turf to play a show match, and they beat them there. Got a trophy, a glass trophy. Pretty cool, by the way. So won that. Our UGA Red team, our B team, got invited to a LAN at Tabernacle, which is in Atlanta, and they won that over college A teams. That is nuts. That is insane. And also, of course, shout out Hanny with the B team and Tim with the A team for the work that they have done. That is incredible. And UGA Black went to the Red Bull Campus Clutch, and they won that. Put $750 in their pockets, which is insane. And then, of course, we got invited to go to DreamHack Atlanta with the Valorant team, and they had a show match against Florida State, and they won that as well. And that was definitely one of the cooler things we had this year, getting to play at DreamHack. I got to be on stage for that, and thank you, Tim, for getting me in on that. That was a really cool experience. And then, of course, moving down the list, so we got obviously Rainbow National Champs, the CEA R6 Open, first place. Absolutely incredible. We are so, so happy for the work that you guys have done. And I know that y'all have not gotten as much recognition in the past, but I really hope that with this PR team and stream team, I hope that y'all got a little bit more notice this year. And I talked to Juan as well. I know that y'all appreciate it, but there's always more we can do. So thank y'all for keeping your heads down or keeping your heads up and just pushing through. Oh, and of course, forgot about this for Valorant as well. Our B team won the NACE Collegiate Star League Open Plus division, and they had to play some pretty solid colleges to get there. Some of their colleges A teams are in there, so they had a really great run. And to win over, that's probably about 300, 200 teams. That is, especially across the nation, that's incredible. So congrats to Hanny and her team for that as well. And then also at DreamHack, one of our Smash players, one of our very own, Owen, his tag is 100. He made top 64 at DreamHack Atlanta, and that is no easy feat. For those of you who are Smash community members, that's the same tournament that your top 5 was, I believe, Teaser. You had Esam, you just had some incredible, incredible players there. And for Owen to make top 64, he's really representing not only us well, but Athens Smash in general really well. So congrats to Owen as well this year, and Jackson for helping lead that charge. All right. So then, of course, with the rest of the club accomplishments, our Discord, when I came into power over the summer, we were at 1,200 members. And if you look at the Discord as of today, we are above 1,500 Discord members. That is also incredible. 300 members. That is a fourth of our previous membership in one semester. And the club's been a thing for about 3, 4 years. So that is never would I have even dreamed of that amount of growth. The Twitter reached 1,800 followers this year. So again, to the PR team, to Sam, to Adolfo, to Emily, y'all have been doing the work, been making really great posts, and it paid off. That is us. That's a crazy number for a collegiate Twitter, especially a club. We're not even a varsity team. Um, that's incredible. To the stream team, because of your efforts, our Twitch became affiliated this year. Now, granted, yes, we're running ads. Yes, we're making a few cents, but you know what? It'll add up over time, and maybe y'all will get paid one day. But we'll see. And like I said, we added a stream team. That wasn't even a thing in the first place. So in their first semester, the Twitch is already an affiliate. So I can't wait to see what they do next semester. And who knows? Maybe we can get partnered eventually. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. And like I said, we hosted a sponsored event on campus with our friends at Stride Esports. That was a really cool event. They brought in a bunch of setups with the game trucks. Um, that company was super helpful. They, did a great job of bringing everything in, setting it up, and then, we had a few issues during that event. If you were there, Um, but overall, we still pushed on with the event. We got to finish it the way we wanted to, and I think a lot of kids had a really good time and also got to learn a little bit about what esports and basically their casual video games, what they could be at the competitive scale, which is what we always, try to show people. So it was really cool. Um, we expanded the PR team, like I said. We added 2 new leads on top of Adolfo. We obviously expanded the leadership team. We had 2 secretaries this year. It was both Lane and Henry took the secretary position, and they each had their own duties, and they both carried them out extremely well. And of course, we brought on our new advisor, Dr. Audrey Haynes, who has been such a huge help. And to you, Doctor, I cannot even begin to explain how much your support has meant to us. Your knowledge of the university and the friends that you have in the university that you have brought on our side, and especially to help with our push to help the club do bigger and better things, there's nobody else I think we would have ever found with that level of expertise and knowledge, and we thank you for that extremely. So thank you, Dr. Haynes. And one of the biggest things we did this year was we partnered with Ghost Gaming based out of Atlanta, and we partnered with the Georgia Esports League. And though it's just a partnership, those names alone give the club more credibility, and we also have met a lot of really cool people on both those teams that I'm hoping will continue to help us as we continue to grow as a bigger and better club. So thank you to Ghost Gaming, and thank you to the Georgia Esports League for being a part of the movement. Um, but yeah, so I think that wraps up the majority of what I wanted to go over. 2022 has the longest list of accomplishments compared to any other semester. And it has the most first place out of any semester that the club has ever been a thing. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I dreamed to not only be here at UGA, but eventually I dreamed to be the president of this club. And for me to not only to be at Georgia, to be president of the club, but to be surrounded and supported by so many amazing people, it is just it's a true, true, true honor, and I cannot thank everyone enough. Every single club member, every single officer, every single contact that I've made, every single contact that supported the club. I mean, it's just the amount of overwhelming support for what we're doing here has been just so I'm gonna say it again, just so overwhelming. Um, so seriously, to everyone watching this, you're a part of this. no matter if you're not on this team that won the national championship, or if you're not on the team that got our Twitter high on followers, bad wording. um, no matter what, you're a part of what we're doing here. And for me to be just a freshman and to be able to point to all these things as something that I get to be the head of, um, y'all make me look good. So I thank everyone seriously. But more personally, I want to thank. I really want to thank a few people specifically who have made big waves this year and have really done a lot for me personally as I've adjusted to this. To Jackson, you have been probably the first person I've gone to with every issue that I've had this year, whether it's with esports or not. And for you to always be there to answer my questions, um, with the amount of name pendings we got to spend together, I really got to know you, and I consider you one of my best friends. So to Jackson, I thank you. To Sam, we never even had met until that DM that you sent me, and I believe October. So for you to not only join the officer team late and the server late, but to then now you're a part of my leadership team. That is, I can't thank you enough, Sam. You've been like the good cop, bad cop to my dynamic, um, and I'm really excited to see what we do together going forward. Let me think of other major names. Tahana, when you DM me, I think in October, I wanted to thank you. Well, you and Nick both, because y'all have been some of the nicest people that I've met so far this year, and for y'all to be so welcoming and also to be so helpful with the club. I mean, I hadn't even met you guys, and now you're on the PR team. Nick is one of my coordinators. And prior, Nick was just a Valorant player, and you were, I guess, just doing band and farming Twitter. But I thank y'all for that as well. I'm probably going to forget so many names. Obviously, to my whole leadership team, to Ian, to Henry, to Kai, y'all have been awesome. Again, like I said earlier, y'all have done so much for me and really allowed me to go to a group whenever I'm debating over something. Um, so I thank you guys for that, seriously. And of course, to my teammates, to Dane, to Harry, to Matt, to Ryan, y'all have made this season extremely fun for me. I was worried about being president and being a player and how I would be able to balance everything, but we did some really cool things this year. We had some really fun trips, had some really nice Airbnbs, and we've done some really big things this year. And I'm looking forward to see if we can keep winning going forward. Um, and of course, to my family for supporting me and pushing me to be successful and to get into UGA, but to then support me even further in chasing my dream of esports and being involved in the industry. And even coming to Talladega to support me and my team. Y'all have been so loving and supportive, and I love you guys. So to mom, dad, Preston, thank y'all. Um, but yeah, so I think overall, I think that wraps up our semester. In terms of industry people, I wanna thank Cooper with Georgia Esports League. I want to thank PK Graph with I guess you're technically a part of multiple things, but I guess I'll say with Skillshot and with the Virtual Academy. Thank you for your support as well to both of you. To Todd Harris with Ghost Gaming, thank you for allowing me to not only to partner with you and Ghost, but to also at the Esports Summit to allow me to meet some really cool people and to also present what collegiate esports is all about. Um, which that's a different thing. I'm not going to go over it in this video, but that was a really cool experience. But yeah, again, I'm sure I'm forgetting so many names. I try to make sure that I went over everyone, but the officer team is so large this year, y'all. I'm trying to keep track. Um, but y'all continue to show out at the officer meetings, continue to show out in the Discord, and your communities are doing great. I know so many people have found homes within esports at UGA because of y'all. Um, so, from the bottom of my heart, I thank everyone from the club members to the officers to anyone watching this video. I thank you, and I hope you'll continue to support Esports UGA in the future. And if you're another college and we beat you this year, get used to it. um, we're going to only get better from here. So, if you got beat at the LAN, cry about it. But other than that, I hope everybody has had a great finals week. I hope you guys have a great holidays. Um, I mean, I think that's about it. So my name is TJ Stevens. Y'all know me as DJ TJ, president of UGA Esports, one of the greatest collegiate organizations in the nation, baby. But other than that, thank y'all. Enjoy your break, and I will see everyone in January.